I'm here with the DCL Raffle Manager, and I want to show you guys some of the features it has and how to use it. So the first thing is you start on the attendees tab. I'm going to go to settings and bump up the sizing to 200% so we could get a good look. So you start on the attendees tab. It refreshes every 30 seconds to see who's AFK, who's joined the party. It tracks by build, not by parcel. So I'm here at Genesis Plaza. If I had moved to another party, I would click the refresh button and it would get rid of the people from the old parcel and load up the people at the current build. Some cool things about the attendees tab is you can filter by AFK. You can filter by filters, which I'll go over in a moment. Right now it says everyone's been here for less than a minute. That's because I'm the host and I've been here for less than a minute. But as soon as people don't move for over 10 minutes, they get marked as AFK, which is a really nice feature. Some things that you could do from this tab is you could copy anyone's address at any time just by clicking the copy button. You can add people to a custom list. Let's say VIP list. Let's add MGD to VIP. Let's add Cheery to VIP as well. I'll show you what we're going to do with that later. But let's check out filters. So the filters tab, this shows you all of the NFT filters that you've made in the past. They do stick. I'm going to clear all of them, and let's actually make a new one. First and foremost, there are some built-in ones down below. We could see if anyone here has a Bit Beast or a kid called Beast, so I'd check those enabled. And I'm going to click refresh holders, and I'm going to go check out attendees and watch as it scans everyone's wallet. So it looks like Rishi Girl here has both a Bit Beast and a kid called Beast. We could click filters, and it puts the people that have them at the top. That's really nice visually to see who has what. Going back to the filters tab, we can click add to add a custom one. We could do it by DCL NFT, or we could do it by a custom contract. So you could do any Ethereum or Polygon NFT that you want to see. Maybe you have your own NFT collection and you want to reward your holders or run raffles against it. Let's switch back to DCL NFT and let's see who has a punk hat. So I'm going to type punk, and it's already searching my wearables. And here's a punk hat. I'm going to click it. I'm going to click enable. And there is a cooldown between refreshes. So we're going to wait another couple seconds here before we can click that refresh button. Refresh the holders, and it will do a scan again and see who has the punk hat. Let's click filters, put all those people at the top. So that's cool. We've got a good grasp on who has what, and we're ready to run some raffles. So you click the raffle tab, and it should start you out on all attendees, which is a live list of everyone at the party. Every 30 seconds, it will be refreshing. One thing that's cool is we do see a few users here that do not have a DCL name. So I'm going to enable DCL name, and you can see it goes from 11 entrants down to 8. There's another option for remove after roll, but that does not work on the live list. That needs a custom list like VIP list, or I want to show you another cool thing that you could do. So let's click filtered, and this is anyone that has a punk hat or a beast. So if I wanted to run a raffle against the people that have those, maybe I'm rewarding those people, and they get to participate in these raffles. Or if I want to, maybe I want to see everyone that does not have a punk hat should get one. So something that's cool is you can copy to a static list and take a snapshot so it's no longer live, or you can click inverse to list. And what that did is it collected all 6 of the people that don't actually have a punk hat. Another thing is let's go ahead and do remove after roll now that we're on a static list. And let's pick our prize. So one thing that's interesting is when you type something, when you type a prize, let's say 100 beast points. That's not a real NFT, so you could click static prize, and let's just spin it. Let's see. When you're doing static prize, there's no auto sending. It just logs it. You could click copy congrats, and you could paste that in message. Congrats Vega Jax, just won 100 beast points. I'm not going to send that because I'm not actually going to send that prize, but I do want to send an NFT. So you could do repeat 100 beast points, but I'm going to set a different prize. Let's type punk. You do not have to type the full name. I'm going to click select NFT, and it scans my wallet. Let's scroll down. Looks like there's a lot of items that have punk in the name. Here I've got 53 punk hats that I can transfer. When I select auto select, it's going to pick the highest mint number. One thing to note is if I'm trying to send a mythic, low mint lock should be disabled because I would be sending items 1 through 10, but most of the time you just keep these enabled. So we're going to go ahead and spin one, and we're actually going to give one of these away. Jason Summers won it, so I'm going to click copy, and I'm going to paste it in chat, press enter, and that tags them, tells them what item they won. And let's go ahead and click auto send. Let's send it off. So it keeps track of the people that have won things. It says here that this person won 100 beast points, so I'm not going to send them the punk hat, but I could if I wanted to. I could also click and include past sessions if I wanted to look at past parties and issue some prizes late. But I'm going to show you guys later how to send things manually if I wanted to do that after the fact. So let's just get Jason his hat. When I click send, it's going to open up my web browser, confirm and send, and it's going to queue it up, and I'm going to click confirm. As soon as it's finished, I can go back over here and it says that it's successfully sent. Now, if I wanted to rack up another punk hat, I could click this button right here and it types it for you. You click select NFT and there it is. I'm going to click auto select. We're going to do transfer an existing. It tells me I have 52 available to send. And again, it picked the highest mint number. It does give you an option to send to all people if you don't want to actually spin it. Let's just spin it again. And looks like Looney's won. So let's copy their congrats message, paste it in the chat, click auto send, send to Looney, and it's going to open up another tab again. You can see the flow is pretty quick. And that's basically all there is to running raffles and auto sending. You do have a really nice reroll button if you need to use it. You have a history tab which shows all the people that previously won. Here's the last 2 punk hats I sent out. You could copy the congrats message again if you forgot to do that. You want to come back to history tab and send out congrats after. You can copy their address here as well. You have the stats tab, which shows the current party. As soon as I run a raffle, it starts a party, and I do have an end party button. So when I click end party and then I scroll down, it will put that. Let's see. Let's refresh, and it will show that last party here. And if you click onto it, you could see how many attendees there were, how many rolls were done, peak concurrent users, and the duration of the party. And it says here that 2 wearables were transferred. And if I click on it, I can see details, and I could also click Explorer, and it will show the polygon scan where you could see Looney's actually received mint item 469. So if I needed to send that to them to confirm that they got it, that's all in the party archive on the stats page. Another thing that's really cool is you could go back to a specific party. Maybe there was another party previously, and you could use this export button to copy the CSV to clipboard, where you can paste it into Excel or Google Spreadsheets. Another thing is maybe you didn't run a party. Maybe you just want to copy everyone that's currently at the current party. You can go to attendees and click export here as well, and that gives you the live list, same data, which is also cool because if you have the filters enabled, that export includes all of that data as well, which is extremely powerful. So the stats, the previous parties, the party archive, all of that is persistent. It's locked to your wallet. One cool thing about the Raffle Manager is you can send wearables and emotes manually using the Send tab. And it does scan your inventory, and it puts the items that you have the most of at the top. You can click multiple items. I'm going to click Punk Hat and Voxboard Bundle 1, and it creates a cart. So I'm going to click Send Cart, and there are 2 options. You could send all to one person, or you could send one of each to multiple people. And the way that that works is it picks the highest mint count, and then it sends one punk hat and one boxboard to person A, and then it selects the next the next highest mint count after that one and sends it to the next person. But we are going to send all of these to one person. I see Cami is here. I'm going to click add, and let's click send. So it does queue them up one by one. I'm going to click send. I'm going to confirm, and then it will load up the second one automatically. I will click send, and I will click confirm. Then when we go back to Decentraland, it said it sent both of them. And if I go to stats and I scroll down to wearables transferred and click on that number, I can see Cami received Boxboard Bundle 1 and a punk hat. And again, there is a link to the Explorer where you can go to Polygon Scan and see that they got token ID 1848 of Boxboards Bundle number 1. So you could send a bunch of items and it would queue all of them up, or you could just send one. Let's clear it and just select one. Let's send one more. Let's send it to AF Master. Let's click send. It'll queue up the transaction. If you are minting, right now I'm transferring. If you are minting with this, then you can mint multiples of this same item to multiple people at once, but transfers happen one at a time. A couple options to go over are low mint lock. This protects mints number 1 through 10 and number 69. If you are trying to send a mythic, then you would need to disable this. There are some filters. You could filter by rarity. You could filter by mythic. I'm going to keep this enabled just so I can show you it doesn't work. I'm going to click send. I'm going to try to send it to one person, and it says nothing to send, cart is empty, and that's because the low mint was enabled. So if I selected it, tried to send it again, then it would work. You can also sort by category. You could see all of your top heads. You could see all of your earrings, or you could see all. Now, the last thing to go over is the OP badges. If you do not have an OP pass, then you will not see any of this. You will see a link to the secondary marketplace where you can buy an OP pass. It does do a wallet check, so you will never see any of this information until you are holding one of those on your current wallet. So I'm actually going to clear all of my information so that you can see how this works. Okay, so you need an API key from OpenPage. What you do is go to settings over here on the left and you click API keys, and you're going to create a new key. You're going to name it. Let's call this tutorial test so I can delete it later. Community, you could set it to one of your communities or leave it global. And we're going to click create, and it's going to give it to you right here. Now you have one chance to copy this. If you accidentally close the modal and you didn't copy it, you will need to create a new one. It's no problem though. So let's paste that in here, save the API key. Now we are going to add a community, so let's go to our communities real quick. And you're just going to copy this URL. Just copy that. Click open in browser. And it's going to open up this API link here. The first item, it says ID right here. And you want to copy this. That's in between the quotes. Do not copy the quotes, just the number. You're going to paste it right here in community UUID. And once you click save community, that will be saved. You don't need to do that setup again. It'll save your API key. It'll save your community. Now we would go create a badge. Let's go to our badges. And I'm just going to load up an old one here. Just copy the URL. And we're going to drop it in here and click add badge. And enabling show as filter on attendees. You will be able to go back here. And let's go to filters and refresh the holders. So you could see who already has it and who doesn't. Let's see, Kurd doesn't have one, and Roswell does not have one. So this is a manual send button. I'm going to send it to Kurd and Rousel. Send it to 2 people. There we go. It issued. And let's go see if that number increased. So 66 people had the badge. Let's give it a refresh. 68 people have the badge. Amazing. Now, something that's really awesome is it has an auto mint feature. So right now it's off, but if I set it to 5 minutes or 15 minutes, then all of these attendees, as soon as they get to 15 minutes or whatever value I set, it will automatically issue to them, which is really powerful if you do not want to set up a claim machine. Maybe you want a special VIP badge for people that actually come and spend some time on your parcel. This gives you that ability. You just set it and forget it. You stay at your party and people start accumulating the badge. It does not try to send it multiple times, so once people get it, they are excluded from that list. And it's that easy. You can save these badges. You can have multiple badges. You can have multiple communities. I believe you are only allowed to be added to 3 communities as an admin. So 3 communities per API or per OP pass that you have. But this is an extremely powerful tool for getting people these badges and giving people an extra layer of receiving exclusive badges. A few settings I'd like to go over. At the top, there is a language switcher, so we could switch it to Spanish. There is also German, French, Italian, and that setting is persistent. So once you set that, it stays every time you log in. You can turn the sound effects down. There is a triple stage toggle, so you can minimize it, make it smaller. You can make it tiny, and then it opens back up. When you're done with a party, you click End Party, and it saves all of your party stats. If you forget to do that, once the host disconnects for 20 minutes, then it automatically ends the party. There are a few settings we could go over in the settings panel. There is, we could increase the size, make it really big. There's also language select here, sound effects on and off, which is the same thing as this. Panel position, we could move it. Maybe you like it on the right side of your screen. You can disable the DCL gifts relay. This does use the built-in DCL gifts relay. If you disable this, then you will be paying your own Polygon gas, which is useful at times. If there is a limit to how many DCL gifts you can give out, you just enable this and start paying your own Polygon gas. There are attendee activity toasts. So once we turn this on, let's turn on all movements as well. And every 30 seconds, let's go down to diagnostics and see 27 seconds, 2 more seconds, and watch up here. Attendees list is not true real time. It's not even a 1-second tick. It is a 30-second tick. So if somebody just got to your party or just left your party, it will take 30 seconds for this tick to refresh. We're about to get another refresh. Let's see if anyone moved. And there we go. We could see that one player moved. And those are just nice to keep an eye on if you do want that information. There is also how many people are on the archipelago, which I believe is total player count in DCL. It might not be including mobile. It might not be including custom applications. But for a general rule of thumb, it's usually pretty accurate. That pretty much does it. There are a few diagnostics to filters. So if we're doing a custom filter, refreshing, watching people refresh with their holdings, you could then go back to the settings tab and you could see if there were any errors in the search. I think I've gone over everything. I think that's pretty much it. If you guys have any questions, I'm happy to answer them. Just hit me up. Thanks.